Welcome back. She is an author, a mom, and a true influencer when it comes to positivity. So how does Kristen Butler keep her glow when things are crumbling around her? Well, she has some answers in her new book. It's called Instant Positivity, 365 Ways to Become 1% Better Every Day.
And before we get to some tips to stay positive, this all stems from the exact opposite, hitting rock bottom. Welcome in. Thank you for sharing your story with us. Please tell us about going from that low to building a brand with nearly 60 million followers.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. I love being here. Nashville's an amazing, resilient city. You know, it was over 15 years ago. I was at rock bottom. It was an all-time low. I was depressed, I was stressed, I was overworked, totally burnt out. And I had to work on what I could control, which was my mindset and my habits. And over 2 years, I totally transformed almost every area of my life. And I was so excited about it that I thought, I've got to tell people about this. How am I going to share this? So on social media, I started a page, Power of Positivity, and people really resonated with it. And all I did was just show up every day, posting quotes and inspiration, things that helped me. And I thought, maybe I can pass this on to someone else. Fast forward to today, it's going to be 16 years this year, and we have over 58 million followers. We had over 1 billion page views just on Facebook last month, and books and courses and everything. It's a really growing community because we face so many challenges, and we need a connection and a community that helps us stay positive.
Yes, centered around positivity. I love it so much. But, okay, we're in the third week of January. You say most people kind of fall off the bandwagon, if you will. Why is it so hard for us to stay positive?
You know, it's a common struggle. We all go through it. And I think at the beginning of the year, we're full of motivation, we're full of inspiration, and we get going and we just burn ourselves out. You know, we don't know exactly what we're supposed to do. We set these big goals and dreams, and then we don't have the accountability, we don't have the support. And so I really feel like if we can break it down into day-to-day habits, we're not going to burn ourselves out. We expect perfection when really we need to be looking at progress. What are we doing every day? It's these little things that add up over time. We think change is this big, huge leap, but often it's messy, it's complicated, it's positive too, right? But it just takes time, and it takes daily steps. And that's really why I wrote my book, Instant Positivity, because I noticed that my community, they were struggling with that accountability. They didn't know exactly what they needed to do every day. And it's really in those small things, those small mindset shifts, those small action steps that lead the way.
That are the little wins. And you have some of those tips inside this book, Instant Positivity.
Yes.
Positivity. Let's go over some of them. You start with grow through challenges.
Yes, in the book I talk about growing through challenges. And so when we have a struggle, you know, in the moment we don't always know why we're going through it, but if we can just stop, breathe, center ourselves, and just ask, how is this going to make me stronger? You know, what's the opportunity that's going to come from this? And we might not always get the answers right away because we're in the moment, but, you know, let's sit on it. You know, it could be minutes, hours, or even days, and the answer is going to come. We've opened ourselves up to hope, to possibility of a solution. And when we do that, that's really embracing a positive lifestyle and not just, you know, betting on wishful thinking.
So true. And one of those tips is micro actions build momentum, which my colleagues around here tell me that I should stop making so many plans. And today's instant positivity message is to reflect and recharge. I think it's so important, especially for women, to slow down. Explain why this was so important for today's positive message. Reflect and recharge.
Yes, you know, self-care is huge in my transformation. I wasn't giving myself time to recharge. I just thought it's all about productivity, just keep going and going. But we're not cell phones, you know, we have to recharge ourselves. And so we need these little things every day. It could look like going outside for 5 minutes when it's warmer, right? And going for a walk, or taking that long bath, or doing that workout in the morning, setting ourselves up for positivity so we don't burn out.
Any advice, because I think you said something like 80% of people usually drop off from sticking to their New Year's resolutions at this point, right?
Yeah.
For those of us who may not be sticking with them so far, you know, I had planned to work out regularly. I think you had
Wanted to start a new hobby, horseback riding.
horseback riding. I didn't know it that far. Great.
Yeah.
Any advice for us?
You know, when you think about it, we still have a whole year left. You know, we're only into the 3rd week of January. We need to give ourselves grace. You know, change has some failures and has some mistakes. So just show up every day, plan it, schedule something. You know, if it's a workout, just schedule your week ahead, you know, and focus on that little bit of progress, even if it's small steps, instead of thinking, okay, I need to, you know, make this huge change in the next month or two. It's these little tiny things we do every day. And I think we need to remember we're human. We're adding these habits into our already busy life. And it's okay if we make a mistake.
Good advice. Sounds like we need to make some plans.
Yes, we
Even
do.
though you said you make too many.
Yes.
Thank you so
Figure it out.
much.
Thanks so much for having me.
To check out our book and for more positive tips, visit powerofpositivity.com.